Life is filled with moments when doors close before us, often without warning, often without explanation. You pray, you plan, you prepare, only to watch the opportunities slip away. You reach for what you thought was yours, only to feel it pulled from your grasp. And in that moment, your heart breaks, because you believe that something has been stolen from you, that you have been denied, that the world has turned its back. But what if the closed door was not your loss? What if the closed door was your protection? Not every path is safe. Not every opportunity is meant to be walked through. Some doors open to places that would weaken you, distract you, or destroy you. You may not see the danger on the other side, but there is one who does. And when that door shuts in your face, it is not cruelty, it is mercy. It is not rejection. It is preservation. The very thing you think you lost may have been the thing that would have broken you. The very chance you thought you missed may have been the trap that was meant to stop you. Think of it this way. When a parent pulls a child away from a fire, the child may cry, believing something wonderful has been taken from them. But the truth is, danger was avoided. That same principle is at work in your life. Some of the doors that closed were never meant for you to walk through. They were placed before you only so that you could learn, so that you could grow, and so that you could be redirected toward what is truly yours. Closed doors are not the end of your story. They are redirections toward greater purpose. They force you to pause, to shift, to wait. And in that waiting, something happens inside you. You are strengthened. You are sharpened. You are prepared for the doors that are meant to open, the ones that will align with your destiny, the ones that will not only bless you, but sustain you. The pain of a closed door is real, but pain is often the first step toward growth. Without those disappointments, without those rejections, without those setbacks, you would never be pushed to discover the greater calling that awaits. Every no prepares you for a bigger yes. Every rejection aligns you with greater acceptance. Every ending points you toward a new beginning that you never could have written for yourself. So the next time a door closes, resist the urge to mourn what could have been. Instead, lift your eyes toward what will be. Believe that the same power that closed the door will open the right one at the right time, in the right place. And when it opens, you will understand why all the others had to remain shut. Do not stand paralyzed before the doors that have closed. Do not waste your strength pounding on walls that were never meant to move. Instead, step back, trust the process, and walk forward with faith. Your protection is hidden in those closed doors, and your destiny awaits on the path they are guiding you toward. Rise up, trust the redirection, and keep walking because the best doors are still ahead. It is human nature to view every closed door as a rejection, as if life itself has singled us out for disappointment. We look at the opportunities that slipped away, the relationships that dissolved, the jobs we didn't get, the dreams that didn't come to pass, and we convince ourselves that we have failed, that we were unworthy, that somehow we missed our chance. But the truth is far deeper and far more powerful. Closed doors are not rejection. They are protection. What you thought was withheld from you may have been the very thing that would have harmed you. What you thought was denied may have been a path that would have derailed your destiny. When a door shuts, it is not always because you were unqualified. Sometimes it is because you were being shielded from something you could not yet see. Life has a way of revealing this truth over time. Think back to moments when you desperately wanted something that never came to pass. At the time, it felt devastating. You may have cried, questioned, or even felt betrayed. Yet as the years went by, you realized that if you had received what you wanted then, you would have been trapped in a situation that was not meant for you. That job that didn't hire you would have kept you from the better one that later opened. That relationship that ended would have prevented you from meeting someone who truly aligned with your heart. That opportunity that fell apart would have chained you to a version of life smaller than the one you were destined to live. What you once called rejection was, in fact, protection all along. It is hard for us to grasp this because we see only a fragment of the picture. While the full masterpiece is hidden from our view, we see the door as it closes, but we cannot see what lies behind it. We only know the disappointment, not the disaster that may have awaited us. And so we weep over doors we were never meant to walk through, doors that might have led us into pain, confusion, or destruction. In reality, every closed door is an act of mercy, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Closed doors guard us against distractions. They keep us from wasting years in relationships that are not meant for us, from pursuing careers that would drain our soul, from chasing dreams that would leave us empty. They may even protect us from people who seem kind on the surface, but carry hidden intentions that would have broken us. Sometimes the greatest blessing you will ever receive is the one that comes disguised as disappointment. Think of a shepherd leading his flock. When a sheep wanders toward danger, the shepherd will block the path. The sheep may push, may fight, may cry to move forward, not understanding why the way is closed. But the shepherd sees what the sheep cannot. The cliff ahead, the predator waiting, the danger unseen. In the same way, when a door is closed before you, it is not to punish you, it is to protect you from what lies beyond. When you learn to see closed doors not as rejection, but as redirection, your perspective changes. You no longer waste energy pounding on walls that will not move. Instead, you learn to step back and trust that every no is making way for a better yes. Every shut door is clearing your path of what does not belong, and every ending is positioning you for something greater than you could imagine, even if for now you cannot yet see it. Endings are some of the hardest moments to accept in life. They feel final, they feel heavy, they feel like pieces of your soul are being torn away. Whether it's the ending of a relationship you thought would last forever, the closing of a door you were sure was meant for you, or the collapse of a dream you built your hope upon, the pain of loss runs deep. But what we often fail to see is that endings are rarely the end. They are transitions, they are preparation. They are the clearing away of what no longer serves you so that the space can be made for something greater to take root. Imagine a farmer who prepares a field for planting. Before new seeds can be sown, the old crop must be cut down, the soil must be broken, the ground must be cleared. The process may look destructive, the plowing, the tearing, the uprooting, but it is necessary. Without it, the new harvest cannot come. So it is with your life. Every ending that felt like devastation was in truth preparation. What was being broken was not your future, but the hard ground that needed to be made ready for growth. When something comes to an end, it is often because it has served its purpose. A relationship may have taught you what love is and what it is not. A job may have sharpened your skills, built your discipline, or exposed your resilience. A dream that crumbled may have shown you how strong you can be in the face of disappointment. These experiences are not wasted, even when they don't last. They are the foundation upon which your future is built. Without them, you would not be ready for what is coming next. The endings you fear are often the very things that push you toward growth. If every door stayed open, if every person remained, if every dream unfolded exactly as you imagined, you would never be stretched beyond your comfort zone. You would settle into what feels safe, even if it was far smaller than what you were made for. Endings force you to rise. They demand that you dig deeper. They push you into spaces you would not have dared to enter if everything had gone according to your plan. Think of your own life and how often you discovered your strength, not in times of stability, but in times of loss. It was the heartbreak that showed you how resilient your heart truly was. It was the rejection that revealed the fire in your spirit. It was the ending that awakened the beginning. You never saw coming. You became more because something you thought you needed came to a close. The doors that shut behind you lit a fire under your feet to keep moving forward until you found the doors that were truly yours. It takes faith to trust that every ending is preparing you for a greater beginning. It takes courage to stop mourning the chapters that are over and start anticipating the chapters still to come. Just as night gives way to morning, just as winter gives way to spring, endings always carry within them the seeds of new beginnings. Nothing in life ends without purpose, and though the loss may sting, though the silence may echo, the ending is not there to destroy you. It is there to transform you. What you must learn is that the end of one path is the start of another. The closing of one door is the opening of another, one that leads you closer to your true calling. Every ending, no matter how painful, is the preparation for something far greater, something that aligns with your destiny more than what you lost ever could. Waiting is one of the hardest parts of the human journey. We live in a world that craves immediacy, where everything around us is designed for speed, convenience, and instant gratification. Yet life does not bend to our timelines, and destiny does not rush according to our impatience. There are seasons where doors remain closed, where prayers seem unanswered, where opportunities seem just out of reach. In these moments, it is easy to feel forgotten, overlooked, or abandoned. But what you must understand is that waiting is not wasted time. Waiting is the workshop where strength is built, where character is shaped, and where you are prepared for what lies ahead. Consider the image of an archer pulling back a bow. The further the string is drawn backward, the greater the power and distance the arrow will have when released. In the same way, seasons of waiting feel like being pulled back, held in tension, stuck in a place where you cannot yet move forward. But this backward pull is not punishment. It is preparation. The longer you are held in place, the stronger the force that will propel you when the right door finally opens. The waiting season is storing strength within you that you will need for the next level of your journey. Waiting also tests what you truly believe. It strips away pretense and reveals whether your faith is rooted in circumstances or in conviction. When nothing seems to change, when the silence grows loud, when you feel as though you are standing still while the world moves on without you, that is when your endurance is tested. Do you still hold on to hope, or do you surrender to despair? Do you trust that there is a purpose behind the delay, or do you convince yourself that life has forgotten you? These moments are not accidents. They are divine classrooms. They refine you, sharpen you, and reveal who you are when the spotlight is gone. Patience forged in waiting produces a strength that cannot be shaken by quick success. If every door opened immediately, if every dream was fulfilled overnight, you would never develop the discipline to sustain what you were given. You would arrive unprepared, unable to carry the weight of the blessing. It is the waiting that toughens your spirit, that teaches you endurance, that trains you for longevity. Blessings without preparation can become burdens, but blessings that arrive after waiting are handled with wisdom and gratitude. Think of the butterfly inside its cocoon. To the outside eye, it looks still, inactive, lifeless. But within that silence, transformation is taking place. The creature is developing wings, gaining strength, preparing for flight. If you were to cut the cocoon open too soon, the butterfly would emerge weak and unable to fly, because the very struggle of breaking free is what gives its wings the strength to carry it. In the same way, the waiting seasons of your life are cocoon seasons. Though you may feel stuck, though everything may appear quiet, there is transformation happening within you that is essential for your destiny. The lessons learned in waiting cannot be rushed. They teach you resilience, humility, gratitude, and perseverance. They strip away arrogance and impatience, grounding you in strength that will not crumble when challenges arise. Waiting shapes your character so that when the right doors finally open, you walk through them not only with excitement, but with wisdom, ready to sustain and nurture the opportunities given to you. There are times in life when we stand before a door, knocking with all the strength we have, believing it is the path we are meant to walk. We invest our time, our energy, our dreams into that opportunity. Yet the door does not open. No matter how hard we push, no matter how long we wait, the door remains shut. And in those moments, it is tempting to feel defeated, to wonder if we are somehow being punished, to believe that we are unworthy of what lies beyond it. But what if that closed door is not rejection, but redirection? What if it is not an ending, but a safeguard steering you away from something that was never meant for you? A closed door is often the hand of protection at work, guiding you away from paths that would have drained you, broken you, or taken you away from the destiny designed for you. You see, we only know what we want in the moment, but we cannot see the weight of the future. We focus on what looks appealing now, what promises quick satisfaction, what seems like the easiest route. But beyond that closed door could be disappointment disguised as opportunity, harm disguised as blessing, or emptiness disguised as fulfillment. What feels like a denial is often the very shield that spares you from pain you cannot yet see. Closed doors also redirect your attention toward greater possibilities. Imagine traveling down a road that suddenly ends. At first, frustration floods in. You thought you were making progress. You thought this was the way. But then you look around and realize there are other roads branching out, paths you would never have noticed if the first road hadn't ended. That is how closed doors work. They force you to lift your eyes from the narrow vision you held, and they lead you to see the greater landscape of opportunities that were waiting all along. Think back on your own life. How many times did you desperately want something, only to later thank heaven that you didn't get it? How many times did a relationship end, and in hindsight you realized it was never truly right for you? How many jobs you thought were perfect slipped through your hands, only for a better one to come along later? That is the mystery of redirection. In the moment it feels like loss. But with time, you come to see it was a gift in disguise, a divine rerouting towards something far more fulfilling than what you thought you wanted. Closed doors also teach you to trust the journey, not just the destination. They remind you that you are not the ultimate architect of your life. You can plan, you can strive, you can prepare. But there are times when your steps are interrupted and rerouted toward a purpose higher than your own plans. The beauty of this is that it frees you from the illusion of control. It allows you to release the burden of believing you must force everything into place. It invites you to rest in the assurance that if a door has closed, it is not the end of your story, but the beginning of a better chapter you cannot yet see. When you embrace the truth that closed doors are redirections, your perspective shifts. Instead of despairing, you begin to look with anticipation. Instead of asking, "Why me?" you begin to ask, "What greater purpose am I being guided toward?" The pain of loss turns into the hope of discovery. The frustration of delay becomes the fuel of faith. And suddenly, closed doors are no longer enemies to your progress, but allies to your destiny.